Hey ladies, and welcome. Today we are talking about the 10 books that we think as women over 40 you should have in your library.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Hey ladies, and welcome. This is such an important and I think squishy topic for me. We are talking about books today, the 10 books that we think as women over 40 you should have. And I don't know if you know this, but my grandmother was a librarian.
I'm just finding that out for the first time.
Yeah, so I spent many an afternoon going through books. She loved to read. I have many people in my family that love to read, but my grandmother was the one that really got me loving books.
Yeah.
So this one is a great topic for us. If you've never been here before, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Tanya Severs Evans. I am the co-founder of Gurl, You're Not Alone, and this is
Abigail Samuel.
Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by the playground for women in midlife. So I think I have a book that will represent us both.
Yes.
You'll let me.
Let's see what that book is.
The first one is the Bible. And
Yes.
This isn't just any Bible, you guys. This is a women's version. So this focuses on female characters in the Bible.
Yeah.
And I know for me, it's been really transformational because I think so many times growing up, you don't have necessarily all the stories about the women that make such a major impact in the Bible. And this is focused on not just the big characters that we think of, like the Ruths and the Marys, but even the little Esthers, the small characters that were so impactful. So that's my first one.
I love that. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
You know, I was kind of thinking about that, but I thought maybe we need to be politically correct. So
Absolutely not. And God has been so instrumental in even bringing us together. So
Yes.
we got to give him the glory on this one.
Absolutely.
Okay, this
All right.
one I love. Life Interrupted by Priscilla Shirer.
How amazing is she? Have you done her? I've done her Bible series. She's got so many amazing topics that she discusses pertaining to women and just, their
Really
beliefs
dives
and
in.
life and everything.
Yeah,
A
and we
must.
thought this one is so appropriate because if your life has ever been interrupted, and if you live some life, especially by your 40s and 50s,
we live some life.
There has been some interruptions, no matter what there was, and she talks about them with such grace and authenticity and with hope and with where to turn. That y'all, you need this book.
You need to read her. If you
follow her podcast.
One of the best motivational speakers out there.
Evangelists, incredible. So that's my number one book. What about you?
All right, girl. So first of all, I gotta go. Can I go off brand a little? And I want to give a shout out to a big guy who's made a huge impact in my life.
Absolutely. This is not all about the women because I am a man of...
Ladies, Mr. J. Shetty here. Think like a monk. O-M friggin' G.
I've seen him. I'm actually not
Jay
that familiar
Shetty,
with him.
We love you. I love you. I love you. I will meet you one day. I promise I will.
I was introduced, and when I say introduced, made aware of him when he did the Red Table Talk.
Okay.
And I didn't dive any further, but now that you are such a fan, I am going to dive in.
From the moment I heard him speak, and I started with his podcast.
Okay.
And then he came out with the book. And now he has a program that I've signed up for. So I'm part of his Genius group as well, Monthly Genius. I love everything he talks about because this is a guy who was a monk and went from being a monk to now he's this amazing motivational speaker, and he talks about just life and the meaning of it and understanding the meaning of it. And so ladies, y'all gotta go check out Jay Shetty. And if you don't want the book, listen to his podcast. Become a member of the Genius community. It will change your life. It will change your life. Love you, Jay.
Okay, so the next one for me is I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing by Maya Angelou.
Ooh.
That book for me, I think what I loved about that book is that it shows her growth.
Yes.
And it shows her going from, not necessarily owning everything about herself, her size, her height, her color, to take all of this. All of this is amazing. All of this is so kick butt.
Yeah.
And I just found it so empowering. I probably read it the first time when I was maybe 19 or 20, and I read it again recently, and it resonated with me just as strongly and kind of reminded me as we pivot that, wow, there's just so much in us as women if we just embrace everything that we are. So if you have not read How the Cage, you want to talk about a literary masterpiece by my Angelou's, you gotta read it. Gotta read it.
One of the best literary books out there. I mean, I'm like you. I read it very early in life, and I've reread it several times since. And it really does make you realize, like there's so much to embrace. And I think we're so accustomed to society telling us we're not good enough.
Yeah.
You must go read that book if you want confirmation that you are good enough.
And actually, I'm thinking about, my daughter's 13 now. I'm thinking about reading it with her this summer. Because I think it's one of those books that when you understand that the world may not embrace your blackness, your poofy hair, your lips that are larger than everyone else, but when you get that and you really learn that it's such a gift, all of you is such a gift, I think that's very empowering. So I might read that with her.
Oh, that's a great summer read.
Yeah, it's a summer read.
Maybe I can do the audiobook too. I'll check that out.
What's your next one?
So for me, my girl, my queen.
I didn't even have to put that on the list because I knew you were going to.
Girl.
Forever Flotus. Let's just be clear.
Forever
and
there will
ever
never
and ever.
be another one.
Not to do it like that.
Yes.
Not to do it like
that.
that.
Do I even need to explain? Do I need to becoming? Yeah. Just like for us, really, it's about becoming the person that God has created you to be, right?
Right.
And I think oftentimes in midlife, we're on this, we're like hamsters on a wheel, just going around and around and around.
Yes.
And you get to your 40s and you realize it's okay for me to get off the wheel and get into the matrix.
Yeah.
And that is what midlife and that is what becoming talks about. Yeah. It's really becoming the person that God created.
You were always meant to be. Yeah, I love that book. And what I loved is I got the book, but I got the Audible first.
Okay. And I did the other way around.
I just love her voice.
Yes.
So like there were times like literally when I heard her voice and there were certain things she was sharing, it made me cry.
Yes.
I just connect with her so much. So I got the Audible on that one. But I love it.
It's funny because I feel like I buy the books and then I buy the Audibles as well. The audio books. So I'm like really like giving them all my money. Like I'm just giving them my money.
Well, you know, I have Audible on monthly.
Oh, okay.
So I get the 3 credits a month.
We're gonna share that link with you guys down below.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your next book?
So this is a fun one. It is called The 100 by Nina Garcia.
Ooh.
Nina Garcia is, I don't know if you guys know her from Project Runway.
Okay.
She is also one of the editors of Elle magazine and has been for decades. She is one of the most stylish women, and as an image consultant and following style for so long, for me to say that, I don't say that lightly. She is one of the most stylish women I've ever seen. But this book is called The 100, and it's basically a guide to every piece that you will ever need in life.
Oh.
Now, obviously, you know, there's different sizes.
Right.
But I mean, it's just, and it's so beautifully.
Look how beautiful that is.
Look how beautiful this is. It's like, they're all illustrations, fashion illustrations, but it's everything in there here from like a black bathing suit, just every piece that you will ever need, an A-line dress, and just, it's got every piece, and it's just a fun read. So if you want to just, it's a great coffee table book. That's where I have it in my office on the table. So it's just, this is just a very fun read.
It's just one of those pieces, like if you're like not sure what you need in your wardrobe.
Exactly.
Pick it up, put it there, and if you ever need a refresher, just open it up.
Open it up. And we actually have a freemium, as I like to call them, that we're giving you guys as a checklist for you on what things you should have on your wardrobe. But this is just a super fun, like, as you can see, it's pretty thick. Like the be all, I think.
The go-to. Like it's the go-to book for
go-to
everything.
So I love by Nina Garcia.
Okay. So for me, the next book that I have is from Sarah Jakes Roberts, Don't Sell Yourself. What is it? Don't Settle for Safe.
Okay.
Have you read that book?
I have not, but I saw her, I heard her the other day on, I was riding with my son and she was on Charlemagne's morning show.
Okay.
And they were talking about the book and how authentic she was. So tell me about it.
Okay. You know, like I already follow her. Like I'm all things Sarah. Okay. Because what I love about her
what do you like
her
about her
story is real.
Yeah.
You know, this is a girl who grew up in a high profile family having T.D. Jake as her
not just
father.
high profile religious
family. And then she had a baby when she was like, what? I think in her teens,
16
right?
Or so, yeah.
And the fact that she carried around this shame with her for such a long time. And it wasn't until she released that shame that she was able to really come into her own and what God again had in store for her.
Yeah.
And she talks about this journey, and it was just one of those things where it was like, again, it's so jarring because I think for us as women, we feel shame. We walk around, we feel clothed in shame that we oftentimes miss our purpose.
Yeah. And I do remember in the interview, she was talking about she knew she had to put that shame down in order to take the next step and really be the woman that God had created her to be. And I think that's such an important lesson even today as you think about making any kind of transition or pivoting from, maybe mom and dad told you to be a lawyer and now you're at the middle of your life and you're like, I never really even liked law. I really wanted to make furniture. I think it's such a testament to somebody like that, like you said, not just high profile, but a preacher's daughter. That brings a whole nother level of
girl, imagine
stuff.
it, and like the spotlight is on you all the time. And I think so many of us, I think we get into this place in our lives where safe, it's better than being judged, right? Safe means I can hide. Safe means I don't have to reveal the warts to the world. And what I love about this book is she just lets it all out there. She just lets all the business out there for the world to see.
That's awesome.
And I love that.
And people will grow from that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, my next book is a book called Storynomics by Robert McKee.
Okay.
He is actually a screenwriter teacher. And I got the book years ago because I was going to take his class, and he shows you how to tell your brand story in a way that resonates from a business perspective. So in my work with what we do, because I kind of handle support the marketing piece of our business, he was just really good at helping you figure out what your story is.
Right.
Because story is really what sells. It's why you guys are going to be following us. It's why we'll be following you. It's the story behind the polished brand that makes people really connect and resonate. And so I love it. So it's called Storynomics. It's available on Amazon. Such a rich way to teach you how to take your life story, whether that's with a product or something you've developed, whatever your story is, and turn it into a almost like an ad or a branding piece that will resonate with your audience.
Because
so
what
really
is brand? Brand is really just a story.
Brand story.
Right?
It's a story that connects with people.
Absolutely.
Connects the dots to your audience.
Right.
So.
Just like our brand is about community for women going through midlife crisis.
Yeah. It's like, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So I highly recommend that book, especially as you go through like a pivot. It's awesome.
Okay, so I have a couple of other. I'll give you my one more.
Okay, I have one more.
So my favorite of all times, and I had a gazillion favorites. But my other one is The Seed of the Soul by Gary Zukav. Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, remember when Oprah had her show back in the day? It's been a while, right?
Oh my
it's
God,
been a minute.
Been a while. Has it been like 10?
Yeah, I remember when the show
been
started.
10 years. I remember rushing home from college during breaks and watching it, like in between classes.
Right.
That was our afternoon thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I remember when Oprah had him on, and he was just really insightful about spirit and soul. And so for me, I have The Seed of the Soul, and I have the 4 elements, I think it is, or I can't remember what the exact name is. But those are my bedside reads. Those are when I'm feeling uncertain about the world and I'm not really sure, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Is it safer to go back on a hamster wheel versus going or staying in the Matrix, And for those of you who don't know the Matrix, it is a movie y'all need to go watch, okay?
Yeah.
And so getting into the Matrix and understanding that, we are all, and we're exactly where we're supposed to be. And you have to let go of fear and trust that no matter what happens, it's all going to work out.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
awesome.
For me, that's one of my go-to books. The Seed of the Soul is one of those things where when fear sets in, and fear is always there knocking at the door.
Always trying to get a foot in there. Yeah.
Always brings me back to reality.
So one of my last book is PurposeDriven Life by Rick Warren.
Ooh,
That one
okay,
is-
see, we're on the same wave here, right?
Yeah.
That's why I love you.
Yeah, that's why I love you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that book, it was just it wasn't so much life-changing, but affirming what my thinking was, and just that feeling of like, there's got to be more than this work-wise. There's got to be a purpose and a way for me to support the world and people and do good work and work with good people.
Yeah.
And that book, I don't believe in coincidences, but that book kind of dropped in my life from somewhere. I don't know what I was watching.
It was
and
the
it
big
was
voice saying, "Girl, you
God
need
was
to
like,
read
here you go.
this."
God was like, here you go.
Yeah. I don't know how much
I don't
more
know,
blatant
right?
he
But
had
here
to
you
get.
go.
Right.
Yeah, here, read this. But it was really one of those books, like you said, the bedside book is one of those books that I'll read a chapter. I've taken notes all in it. I didn't bring that one with me, but I've taken notes all in it, and it's just like a real go-to. And I think for women, especially in our 40s and 50s, as we keep sharing, it's like, it's so much more about purpose. It's so much more about like what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, and the legacy that we want to leave.
Absolutely.
And for me, that was a cornerstone in trying to figure out what I wanted that to be.
You know, I just want to wrap up by saying, you know, I think oftentimes we're just going because we've been so ingrained in believing that's what we're supposed to
productivity,
do.
right?
And at the end of the day, it's really stopping to take the time to ask yourself, is this making me happy? Does this bring me joy?
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of these books do, and they come back with that center point, is it's about finding joy and happiness. Whatever it is you're doing, whether you're staying at home with the kids, you're running a Fortune 500 company, or you're an entrepreneur just getting started, wherever you are in life, is it bringing you joy?
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that these books, and reading some of them for fun, but they will give you some idea of who you're becoming. Get that right there, and
Wink,
how to
wink.
wink, and how to make a pivot.
Awesome.
Thank you, and girl,
You are not alone.
We encourage you to subscribe. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you will also check out our podcast by the same name of Girl, You Are Not Alone. See you next time, and thank you so much.
Bye, ladies.